On the same Saturday morning, 6 Americans woke up with 6 very different incomes. One skipped breakfast to save money, one was excited because they could finally afford a vacation. Another spent the morning arguing with an accountant about taxes, and one quietly looked out from the balcony of a villa in Italy, wondering where to spend the rest of the summer. The surprising part? Every one of them believed they still needed more money. Today, we're following Jake through 6 completely different lives, from $25,000 a year to $1 million, to discover what life in America really looks like at each income level and why every paycheck brings a brand new set of problems. Level 1. $25,000 per year. Jake's shift ended at 6 every morning. While most people were waking up, he was driving home exhausted, hoping his old pickup truck would make it one more week. His daughter visited every other weekend, and those weekends meant everything. One Saturday she asked, "Dad, can we go to the zoo?" Jake smiled. "Maybe next weekend." The truth hurt. After rent, groceries, child support, fuel and insurance, he had just $23 left until payday. Later that afternoon, the air conditioner stopped working. Outside it was 98 degrees. The repair estimate was almost $500. Jake bought a box fan instead. That night, they slept with every window open. His daughter never complained. She simply said, "I like hearing the crickets." Jake smiled, but quietly promised himself, "One day I'll never have to choose between fixing something and making memories." Level 2. $50,000 per year. Jake and his wife signed the lease for their very first apartment. It wasn't fancy. The kitchen cabinets squeaked. The carpet had stains. The balcony overlooked a parking lot. But that evening they sat on the living room floor eating pizza straight from the box because they hadn't bought a dining table yet. For the first time in his life, Jake wasn't sharing walls with strangers or moving every few months. They slowly filled the apartment with furniture bought from garage sales and Facebook Marketplace. Every paycheck added something new. A coffee table, a television, a mattress that didn't sink in the middle. Life finally felt like it was moving forward. They weren't rich, but they were building something together. Level 3. $75,000 per year. Jake thought earning $75,000 would feel life-changing. Instead, he spent most evenings helping his son with homework while answering work emails. His salary had grown, but so had expectations. One afternoon, his son asked, "Dad, why do you always answer your phone?" Jake looked at the screen. Another work message. He pressed ignore for the first time in years. That evening, he realized something. Making more money had become easier. Protecting time with his family had become harder. Level 4. $100,000 per year. Jake crossed the 6-figure mark. His relatives assumed he was wealthy. Social media certainly made it look that way. But reality was different. Boston rent, student loans, higher taxes, parking fees, professional licensing costs, and retirement contributions quietly consumed thousands of dollars every month. One evening his cousin laughed. "You make 6 figures. You should buy a Tesla." Jake smiled, then opened his banking app. He knew something most people didn't. Income sounds impressive. Cash flow tells the real story. Level 5. $250,000 per year. Jake worked fewer hours than he had 5 years earlier, not because patience disappeared, because he had learned to say no. He skipped unnecessary meetings. He delegated paperwork. He hired professionals to manage his finances. On Friday afternoons, instead of staying at the hospital, he watched his daughter's soccer games. The expensive watch on his wrist wasn't his favorite purchase. Being home before dinner every night was. He finally understood. The greatest luxury wasn't money. It was having control over his own schedule. Level 6. $1 million per year. Jake woke up overlooking the Mediterranean Sea during a family vacation in Italy. Years earlier, he dreamed about exotic destinations. Now, they felt normal. His children were adults. His business ran without him. His investment income covered every expense. One morning, his daughter asked, "Dad, what's next?" Jake smiled. "I don't need another dollar. I need another purpose." That fall, he funded scholarships for engineering students from low-income families. He discovered something money could never buy: the joy of changing someone else's future. At $1 million a year, luxury no longer impressed him. Legacy did. Jake's income changed from $25,000 to over $1 million, but one truth never changed. Every stage of life came with a different challenge. At the beginning, he worried about paying the electric bill. Later, he worried about protecting his time, his family, and the future he had built. The biggest lesson wasn't that earning more money guarantees happiness. It doesn't. Money gives you more choices, but it's your decisions that determine whether those choices become a better life. Build valuable skills, stay patient, avoid comparing yourself to others, and remember that every successful person started somewhere. Because the goal isn't simply to earn more, it's to build a life where your money works for you, your time belongs to you, and your legacy outlives you.